Music Access. If there's an incredibly transparent blue in the literary world, there's an incredibly transparent Kwang Hee in the broadcasting world. How can he be so open and honest about his feelings? I'm talking about Chaeguk의 idol's Kwang Hee. He always looks bright and happy, so you wouldn't think he has worries and concerns too, but over the weekend, he was in an interview after his stage with GD and Taeyang on Infinite Challenge's music festival, and we could all feel his sincerity. What he said was, our eyes met on stage and we smiled at each other, and I felt, wow, this is real, we're a real team. I was happy each and every day, and I'm sad we no longer can be together. It was a blessed 50 days for me. His honest comments about being happy with the people he liked and sad about no longer being able to work together was quite touching and moving for the audience, and his honesty is probably what makes all of us root for him, and that's probably his secret to success, being on one of the most popular variety shows here in Korea. The first song you heard today, Thursday, August 27th, 2015, was Red Cassette by Mama's Gun. What's up, Music Access family? Are you guys pretty transparent about your emotions like Kwang Hee? When we're little, we have no qualms about expressing our emotions freely, and we're not embarrassed to show our emotions in public, but as we grow older, we start to think about what others might think, and we tend to hold ourselves back. We may grow older, and I don't think we necessarily need to leave our youth and childness behind. That'll probably show up on our faces too, don't you think? So don't think too hard. Just let it go. Let it out and express your feelings without restraint, and that'll help you to feel and look young, okay? Alright, so let me tell you what's up for today. For the first hour, we have our daily corner that allows you guys to travel in time, Time Traveler's Mailbox, and All About Music Quiz Season 2, Benji style in store. And in the second hour, Ki-Hoon and I will be in the studio for our Thursday segment, Obla Di Obla Da. We'll be missing Aaron, but we'll still be having fun, so stay tuned. Now here's how you can listen and participate. If you have a smartphone, you can download the Arirang Radio app or TuneIn Radio app to listen to our programs and send in your messages. And if you use a computer, just visit www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess to listen to us or leave your messages. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeon. And remember, if you have any songs you want to hear today, or maybe a song you want to let someone hear as a gift, send those requests onto our message board with the subject title, Request. Now, before we go to message time, we're going to listen to the song Love Song by Sarah Bareilles. We just heard Love Song by Sarah Bareilles, and it's time for message time. And our first message comes from Amber from the USA saying, Benji Bear, my sweet little Benji Bear. I finished writing the lyrics and I'm almost finished with the choreography too. I just need to make the track and put it together. I'm happy that I'm almost finished with BIG's secret project. That is not really a secret project anymore, but I feel I don't know how to explain it. Empty, maybe? I'm glad that you became a part of my life, little Benji Bear. I just feel sad that this is all I can do for you. Lots of love from Benji Bear's sweet little cookie, Amber in Michigan. No, doing that in itself is a super, super big project, and when it is finally finished and I see it, it's gonna be super, super awesome. I mean, honestly, when I was a trainee, just making a song itself took a lot of work, taking an inst, putting lyrics, making melodies, if it's a rap, making a good rhythm, putting all that stuff together. In addition to that, you're also doing choreo to that. So that's double trouble, triple trouble, maybe quadruple trouble. So definitely don't think of it as if that's all you can do. This is so much you could do, just liking BIG in itself is a huge thing. And thank you so much for liking it. And I'll be looking forward to that secret project. And from Singapore saying, hi Benji, just dropping by to say hi, although I don't always leave messages here. Your jovial character really livens up the program, and I also want to say that your panda is super cute. It has a cute little paunch. Have a great week. It does. Muji, he does have a little bit of a pudge. I'm not gonna lie, he does have a little bit of that, how do I put this? He has a little bit of that, in his belly because he's eaten a lot of bamboo and samgyeopsal or pork belly. But I'm sure as he grows up and continues to grow, he'll be a little bit more and more, how do I say this? He'll go from paunch to plump and from plump to cuddly. I mean, he is cuddly now, but super more cuddly to the fact maybe he'll become a round panda ball instead of a panda bear. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. Continuing on, Andrea Kett from Australia saying, "Hey there, Benji. As I tune into MA, I'm snacking on some Brams chocolate-covered biscuits. Yum yum as I'm feeling a little peckish. I'll admit the terrible truth, I'm addicted to them as they're so tasty, and I feel a little guilty after I demolish a packet of them in a day. I really like the coconut and cream flavor, and my flatmate sulked because I didn't share any. I should have shared them, but I didn't. Totally understandable when it comes to cookies, sweets, and baked goods. It's hard to share because, you know, you're eating one and you're not even thinking about it, but you reach in for another, and then the next thing you know, they're all gone. And it's totally unplanned. You know, no one expects it, but all of a sudden your friend's like, yo, give me one. And you're like, alright, sure. And then there's none left. And it's like, yo, bro, yeah, I'm all out. And it's like, yeah, how can you be all out? And you're like, I ate all of them. And you're like, how can you eat all of them? It's like, my bad, bro. And he's like, bruh. And like, my bad. But it's okay. Baked goods are meant to be devoured. You did a good job. Alright, before we move on to our Time Traveler's mailbox, we're going to check out the song Apologize by One Republic. Time Traveler's mailbox. Our special daily corner, Time Traveler's Mailbox, will let all of you bring back special memories by revisiting your past. First, write down the date that you want to time travel to. Then, let us know why you chose that date and where you'll be, what you'll be doing, and who you'll be with when you travel in time. You can also tell us about what's going on today because it doesn't matter what time you travel to. Just write down what happened in the past or what you want to happen in the future, or what's happening right now, and send the message to us. Here's a tip, this corner is really great for birthdays and anniversaries. Just think about it, if you write about a test you did especially well on in the past, you can get congratulated on it once again, or relive special moments you spent with family or friends as well. You can even go back to a memory that may have hurt you, and talking about it might be healing for you. You never know. If you want to participate, just write time travel on your title and leave us your message on our message board. Now let's go to our first time traveler. We have Megumi from Japan saying, "Hi Benji Oppa, I'm not feeling well at all. My friend just sent me something on my phone saying it would be fun, so I should turn up the volume and watch it. I put on my earphones and turned up the volume and turned it on, but the screen suddenly turned black and I saw a scary looking zombie suddenly appear and scream. Didn't these scary videos go out of fashion a long time ago? I freaked out, of course, and I dropped my phone. The worst part was I was at work and I got in trouble with my boss, and I'm so angry at my friend, but I can't really say anything because she's getting her revenge. I sent her something really scary last week. I was debating on whether I should send her something scary or steamy and decided on scary. I now regret that. I should have sent her a steamy video instead, so I want to go back to last week so I can send that video and make my friend get embarrassed at work. I'm mad, but then the situation is kind of funny, so I laugh. My friend and I are just like little kids, aren't we? Definitely. Sending videos and the whole zombie and the screaming video is from a long time ago. Guys, I don't know if you remember that, but one of the videos that was huge when I was in school was, it's a video where a car is driving in and then you're, watching the car go away, and at the very end a zombie pops up on screen and goes, "Rah!" And then everyone freaked out, and that was a whole thing way back when. And you're watching a video focusing on a chair, then randomly a ghost goes, "Wah!" And you're like, "Wah!" And definitely work with friends, and playing pranks with friends is one of the fun parts of life. But the important thing is to make sure that even as you're playing with friends, it doesn't go over the limit. Getting in trouble at work, it happens, it happens once in a while. But the important thing is make sure they don't get in too much trouble. I think that's very important. And secondly, make sure that when it comes to that fun and trouble, that you always apologize and you say, haha, and laugh it off as friends. Because if someone gets kind of hurt because of that, then, that's something else entirely. All right, before we continue on to our next message, we're going to check out the song that Jeannie of Canada requested, Chains by Nick Jonas. We just heard Chains by Nick Jonas, and it's time to continue on with our Time Traveler's Mailbox, our next message, which comes from Yuki from Vietnam, saying, the time I want to go back to is May of 2014. Our whole family went on a trip together in May of last year to Jeju Island. It was the first time we were in Jeju and the weather was amazing. We went to another island close by called Udo and it was beautiful. We took a trip around the island on our bikes and I'll never forget that experience. I'm really glad we chose Jeju Island as our family trip destination. I loved the blue skies, the wind, and the people there. Everything was perfect and it was very romantic too. I want to go back, but I have to save up a little more. If I get a chance to go back to Korea, I'd love to be able to run into you, right, Benji? I mean, true, if you run into me, you're running into me, but hopefully you don't run into me at full speed because that might hurt. Bad joke. But Jeju Island, I remember when I went back to Jeju Island with my parents, it was super cool. Great food, great views, great temperatures, and just overall, if you go to Jeju Island, I've never heard of anyone who's gone there and had an unpleasant experience. They've all been really, really good as far as I've known. And especially, it's one of those places where you can get a lot of peace and calm, without focusing on the huge kind of resort areas. It's just a very naturalized area, lots of nature, all that stuff, all that good jazz. So, yeah, guys, if you get a chance to stop by, go and stop by. And in terms of running into me, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. If you do have a chance and you're lucky enough, maybe. But make sure to let me know in advance so I can get my padding on. All right, so hope you guys write in for our Time Traveler's Mailbox again and again and again and again infinitely. Remember, if you missed the date to congratulate someone, propose to someone, or if you have any plans for the future you want to share, send us a letter to Time Traveler's Mailbox. Here's how. All you need to do is come visit us at www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and leave me a message on our message board with the title Time Traveler. Now we'll come right back after a song for All About Music with Season 2 Benji Chicka Style. And the song that we're going to listen to is the song Anne Sophie of Malaysia Wants to Hear, Reflection by Christina Aguilera. All about music and all about quizzes. A great collaboration of music and quizzes. All about music quiz. Music, quiz, and Benji come together to make this corner more complete. All about music quiz season 2. It's Benji style. So let's check out today's double A music quiz answer. Okay, got it. So I'm going to start today with a acting hint. So here's Benji's acting hint. Ready? Go. Ama, Opa, namula. He's going to die. I can't watch anything scary. No, that person's not going to die. This is a comedy. People don't die in comedies. No way, there's no rule that says no one dies in comedies. People even die on TV drama these days. That's because there's writers who write stuff like that, but comedies are mostly that. What's that? That. Why can't I remember? Happy blank. Oh, happy that. Oh my god, Opa, you can't remember happy right now? Yeah, happy blank. Oh my god, Opa, I can't believe you can't even remember stuff like that. I don't think I can date you anymore. You're so ignorant. Pungia. Pungi. The movie is Happy Blank, but why is it a sad blank for us? Why? So that was a sad drama. So what goes into the blank space? What is today's answer? If you know today's answer, write answer on your title and send us a message with the correct answer. Now we'll listen to a song and come back with the second hint for All About Music quiz. The song that Amber of the USA wants to hear is Jada by Big Bang. We just heard Jada by Big Bang, and we're back to All About Music Quiz Season 2, Chico Benji style. So today's answer is one word, and here is today's second hint. I am going to let you guys listen to some of the songs that have this word, or rather, show you songs that have this word in the title. Instead of the word, I'm going to say Benji instead, so listen carefully. For example, you've got like Avril Lavigne's My Happy Benji, Mika's Happy Benji, Korean rock group Buha's big hit Never Benji Story. And it goes like the 그리워하면 언젠가 만나게 되는 어느 영화와 같은. It's really high. You know, if you sing this in the original key, it goes like this. 그리워하면 언젠가 만나게. This is why Buha is very famous and why everyone gives Lee Seung-cheol a lot of praise. So, what goes into Benji? The answer is food and samgyeopsal. No, but what goes into the blank? If you know today's answer, write answer on your title and shoot us a message with the correct answer. If you got it, come to the Music Access message board at www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and leave us your answer with the title answer. Now, before we move on, of course, we're going to check out the song Miriam of Spain wants to hear 오늘부터 우리는 or Me Gustas Too by 여자친구. We just heard 오늘부터 우리는 by 여자친구. Me Gustas Too. See, I can sing this song, but I don't know why I couldn't sing Never Ending Story. Gosh. Anyways, oops, I just gave up to Anyways, so continuing on with our message time. So it's time for message time. Yeah, oops, I got a little flustered there. Our first message comes from Flor Lopez from Korea saying, I was wondering what's the last dream you remember having, like after you woke up. Please and thank you. By the way, Oppa, how do you say I admire you in Korean? You say 존경스럽습니다. I respect you, I admire you. And continuing on what's the last dream that I had, the dream that I had was actually involved Music Access. I came in and I did Music Access and then they told me to pick a guest. And right before I picked a guest, I woke up. So I never really figured out who I could have picked. But I think I would have picked B.I.G., right? Just because, you know, we need B.I.G. in the studio. Sounds good, right? You guys want B.I.G. in the studio? Give me a hail. Give me a, give me a B.I.G. B.I.G., we want B.I.G. in the studio. Okay, I mean, you know, if you want it, you know, maybe we'll think about it. Alright, continuing on, we have Ardianti from Indonesia saying 사랑했다 진짜. I just know 사랑해요. Benji Oppa, I want to ask, I'm from Indonesia. My name is Idra, nice to know you. I listen to Music Access on Audio Radio as much as possible. You're so funny when I hear you on the air, nice to know you. 귀엽다, 안녕. Also, I have something, can you read this? This is the language from my country. Hello, pendengar semwanya. Apa kabar? It means, hello, listener, how are you? Good job. Yay! Hope your day is great and don't forget to eat. Bye. Annyeong. That was a hard message. I don't think I could read that language very well. Hello, pendengar semwanya. Apa kabar? Is that how you read it? Maybe. I don't know if I read it possible. But remember, if you guys want me to read something in your language, write in the pronunciation as well, please, because it really makes it that much easier for me to read it. Because, you know, I love reading foreign languages, but, like, let's say you send it in your language, but it's an entirely different alphabet, then I'm just like, oh. And then that will be a little hard, but you guys are always good on that, so, let's do it! Adis from Iceland. Sorry, how do I say your last name? I got this. Adis Yarnadotr from Iceland. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Adis from Iceland saying, Dear Benji, hey, I am up because I have a fever. So I'm tuning in. Oh no. I hope you remember, but I promised you a blue scarf and I wanted to let you know that I started making it and I'll send it to you soon. With love from Iceland. I do remember that. That's from like a super, super long time ago. But maybe not a super long time ago. Maybe I'm mistaken. But I do totally remember that. And I hope you get well soon, Make sure that you take care of your health. Get a lot of good soup and good food in because no one likes a fever. A cold, you're breathing into tissues. But a fever, you need a lot of rest in bed. So rest in bed and watch all the BIG videos. Or watch other cooking videos. I like cooking videos. And comedy videos. Laugh a lot. They make you feel awesome. Alright, now before we continue on, we're actually going to check out 2 songs. The first song is requested by Kathy Lau, 준비됐나요 by BIG, and we'll follow it with Oh Cupid by Oh My Girl. We are back and we just heard 준비됐나요 by BIG followed by Cupid by Oh My G. Girls, oh my god. Alright, and we're gonna read one more message because we do have a little bit of time before the end of our first hour. Unique Deswino from Indonesia saying, Hi Benji, I heard the alarm you made for me on the spot. Thank you, it's not cryptic at all, huh? Okay, I know, right? That's because you're so smart, but with this new alarm, I don't think I'm gonna wake up. LOL. Hashtag just kidding. Anyway, thank you so much, Benji. I just want to say, when it comes to making an alarm clock alarm, I've never made one before. But for me personally, when I wake up, I have one alarm that's very quiet, and then one alarm that's very loud, in progression of quietest to loudest. And I usually set 4 at a time. That's how dedicated I am to waking up. But I'm still not very good at it. I guess I just like to sleep too much. Anyway, so it is almost time to wrap up our first hour. In the second hour, we'll be back with a Gihun for Obladi, Oblada, Life Goes On, Hoy! So, to wrap things up for our first hour, I'm gonna let you hear the song that Mylene of the USA requested, How Do I Breathe by Mario, and be right back. What's up, Music Access, with me, Benji of BIG. On the second hour of Music Access for today, we have our Thursday corner, Obladi Oblada with Kihoon. And I'll be back with him in just a bit, but before that, here's how you can listen and participate. If you have a smartphone, you can download the Arirang Radio app or TuneIn Radio app to listen to our programs and send in your messages in real time. And if you use a computer, just visit www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess to listen to us or leave your messages. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeon. After listening to a song, we'll be back with Kihoon for Obladi Oblada. We'll check out Oppacha by Incredible and Tableau and Jinushan. You're happy, then sad.
You fall in love, then part ways.
When we feel we know we can move on as if nothing happened, we think
that's life. There's nothing we can't overcome.
The ordinary things we all experience in life, we're here to experience it all with you.
Obladi, oblada.
Life goes on.
Life goes on. Obladi, oblada. Life goes on.
What's up, Gihon?
What's up, Benji?
How was your week?
My week was alright, not too bad.
Not too bad. It's already the last Thursday of August.
Oh, it is.
I'll bet we'll be saying it's already the last Thursday of 2015 in no time.
It is. Time flies.
It is already the last Thursday of 2015.
It's past halfway of
It
2015.
does feels like time went by so fast this year, didn't it?
When was the first time I met you? Do you remember?
I didn't really care, so I
don't care either, but I'm just asking.
No, because we met each other way back in January.
Was it?
That's when I subbed in for Aaron for 2 weeks.
Oh, that was when we first met. Oh.
And I was like,
wow.
I was like, yo, so who's Kihoon? And they're like, yo, he's a model. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he came in and was like, where's the model? And then it turned out to be you.
It's a good joke. Already? Wow, January. 8 months.
That's a long time to know someone.
It is.
I see you more often than I see...
Your members?
No, that's not true.
All right.
Because I see you once a week.
Yeah.
And then... But I see you once a week is actually a lot if you think about it.
It is.
Considering even busy people don't see some people once a week.
Exactly.
Seeing
I
someone
can't
once a
even
week
meet
regularly.
up with my friends I
right?
only see them once a month.
It's like, dang, man.
Yeah.
We need it. And we saw each other.
Yes.
You know,
Cattle skill.
Yeah, we're pretty chill like that. All right, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so when you were in school, what kind of student were you?
Number 2.
No, number 2.
I'm joking.
We haven't
I
had the
was
examples
fairly, to be honest, I was quiet. And I was only into sport.
I bet you were.
Really?
You looked like the kind of guy who was quiet.
Like always sitting at the back, just doing his own work.
No, not
really
necessarily
putting
that,
his
but
hand
like,
up.
you know, like those guys in the groups who are like the quiet guys, but they're still in a group and they talk. But in the group, they're the quiet guy.
Yeah,
You know, you were like that, weren't you?
pretty much. How'd you know?
Because you look like that kind of guy.
Oh, really?
You know, you're handsome.
I don't
you're
like,
very
you
fit,
know,
athletic.
Yeah, I was only into sports, not girls. So
What about now?
now I'm the total opposite.
Yeah, you look like
No,
it.
because I'm not a student anymore. No, but back in high school, I was really quiet. I don't know why. Because when I went to Sydney when I was 7, that was year 1, the first year of primary school.
Oh, that's what E1 means.
Yeah, in Australia, you call it year 1. And I couldn't really settle down, like settle into the whole Australian, a foreign country.
For sure, man. For sure.
Because I was like the only Asian, the only Korean. I couldn't speak a word of English.
Oh, you couldn't
That's how
speak English?
No, not at all.
Wow.
Like I used to have take ESL classes. Do you remember ESL?
I never took it.
Well, I used to, because it means English as second language, and it was pretty hard for me, like racism as well. There was like that slight kind of
A little bit of that.
mocking, but now it's all like a good memory for me.
So, were you quiet but famous or just quiet?
The first one, quiet but famous, only within my group.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't like, I want to be the captain, school captain,
I was famous throughout my school. I'm just saying.
According to you, or
I was that really loud, annoying kid in high school.
I can so imagine. I can so imagine.
It kind of
You don't need to explain it.
But hey, I was lucky enough that my chit chatter and annoying talking got me a job.
Here, right now. Exactly. So
For sure.
I mean, it's not that bad, having a loud mouth.
So the reason I'm asking you what you were like in school is because our MA guests are all really dedicated to their segments, and you are too.
I am, of course,
right?
indeed.
Yeah, and it's hard to be so dedicated when you're so good looking.
Okay. Thank you.
So I just wanted to ask. What
I'll take it
your
as a
secret
compliment.
was.
What's my secret?
Yeah. Do you do a face pack every day, or you look great?
I just drink a lot of water.
A lot of water.
Honestly.
You sure it's water, not adult water?
Just water.
Just water?
Just water.
Okay.
Yeah, pure water.
So you were a quiet kid in school. So did you get good grades though? Because usually the quiet kids get the best grades.
For me, it wasn't exactly that, but as I grew older, like when I got to my final grades,
For sure.
yeah, for sure, yeah, my marks were going up. My grades were not too bad.
So did you get any C's in school?
Not really.
Did you get
I was
one
a B
C?
kid. I was a B.
Really?
I was either B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A.
So you
And maybe
were
one C.
yeah.
Yeah. No C.
No C. Not one C in your entire report card.
Oh, maybe one or two.
I'm disappointed in you, Giwan.
One or two. I can't remember.
I'm so disappointed in you.
But I must have got more B's.
More B's
C's.
than A's?
Yeah, more B's than A's.
I got more A's than B's.
Really? So
Not only that, but I was also focusing on violin at the time.
Oh, the violin. Oh, you're a violinist.
So I was pretty good at school, one might say.
You're a musician.
No. I was an artist. I painted scenes and hills using my music.
Okay.
Alright, so... You're just like, okay.
Okay, must be the
Alright,
heat.
so would you want to go back to that time, or are you good now?
I'm good now, but if I did have the chance to travel back, maybe
What
go
would
back
you
in time.
change?
What would I change?
I feel like for me, if I went back to school, there's a lot of things that I would change.
Really?
Because I feel like now,
Like
I'm way
what?
more street smart than I was then.
You're
Then
more...
I was very much more introverted and all that stuff. But at the same time, I feel like if I went back in time, my life goals might change. So I might start doing dancing and singing then instead of doing it now and all this stuff. So it's really interesting, how things change up.
It is, like...
And remember, when I was in junior high, I was like a short, chubby kid.
So was I.
But
Honestly.
then, like, what if we made a different choice, and even though we're more street smart, we ended up being short and chubby?
Our lives would have changed a lot.
Right?
We wouldn't be here.
Right?
In the first place.
Right? It would be totally different, is
Exactly.
what I'm saying.
I think it's just fate. 80% fate.
80%
And
fate.
20% of, you know, what you do, what you put into your life. Yeah.
I think it's 80% fate, 15% whatever that is. Choice. And 5%
Effort.
luck.
Luck, yes. Definitely. You can't leave out luck.
I love luck.
Yeah, you need luck in your lives.
Do you consider yourself a lucky man?
I honestly do. Yes, I do. I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I consider myself a very lucky man.
Really?
Just in terms of, you know, I've made a lot of risky decisions in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, quitting school, coming here. But
yeah.
it's going okay, I think.
Like back then, you know, like a lot of people must have been disappointed, like especially your parents, because my parents were. When I dropped out of university,
I won't quite say
college,
disappointed, but they were like, really? Like, they were kind of quizzical.
they were like, honestly, you succeeding in this in the entertainment business, you know, they were very, yeah, like you said, quizzical, you know, doubting.
But
now,
we'll show them.
Yeah,
We'll show them.
but right now tables have turned. They're cheering me on, you know, they're always asking me, supporting me. So
You should stop turning tables, Ki-hoon. It's bad manners.
is it? I only did it once. Anyway,
You actually did it.
no, like figuratively speaking.
No, I bet you really didn't. So tell me while we listen to a song. So before we get to our messages, we're going to listen to the song 닐 했어 by Primary featuring Park Jung-yeon. The song you just heard was 내일 했어 by Primary featuring Park Jung-yeon. My bad, guys.
Fingernails
It's weird. I'm in Korea and both my English and Korean are getting worse.
deteriorating.
Man.
Must be the weather.
Must be Ki-hoon. So we have Ki-hoon joining me in the studio for others, the corner of Oblida. And for this corner, you can send us funny stories that you experienced or serious stories that make us think. Listening to these thought-provoking experiences and discussing them together is what this corner is all about. So Ki-hoon, can you read our message for us?
Yes, we have Haj from United Kingdom.
Woo!
At the work the other day, my friend and I were just joking about how finding someone who is a gentleman is impossible nowadays. And one of my work colleagues, who is a guy, reacted quite strongly to that. He started asking us, how do I become a gentleman? But well, we couldn't think of a simple answer. And it really made us think. What do you all think gentleman-like qualities are? And do you think you have any of these qualities yourselves? Much love, Haj. Gentleman.
Gentlemen. You know what they always say, right? Manners maketh man.
Uh-huh.
I know, that's from a movie.
From that movie?
From that movie. Mm-hmm. Prince Man. Okay, do you consider yourself a gentleman, dog? I just said it in like a totally not gentleman way.
Gentleman.
Do you consider yourself a gentleman, bro?
Myself, gentleman. Sometimes.
You know what I
I
think?
choose to be.
I think the term gentleman, there's a stereotypical gentleman, wears a suit and tie, or dresses in a very
formal.
clean way,
Yeah.
and speaks very clean. So there's not a lot of slang in his words. Uses a very nice language,
Nice language.
like intelligent language. You know, there's a very famous quote that says, "Don't use the word very," because very is a very lazy word. A man is not very sad, he is morose. A man is not very something, he's this. And language was invented to woo women. And in that endeavor, laziness will not do. This is from a movie, actually.
You sound like a gentleman.
Thank you.
Now that
I'm a
is being-
mother,
yeah,
father, gentleman.
gentleman. Now that is being gentleman. That
But
is
you know,
being a
that's
gentleman.
exactly what I think it is. Part of being a gentleman is consideration of others.
Oh, okay.
I think. Gentleman is consideration of others. It has nothing to do with fashion. You could dress in, I think,
Exactly.
torn jeans, a really baggy tee.
And be a gentleman.
And be a gentleman.
Exactly.
You know, it's all about, I think, how you carry yourself. You know, granted, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that when they say gentleman, they think a guy who's wearing a suit. A guy,
That's the stereotypical.
you know, a guy who has a British accent. A guy, you know, James Bond, essentially. That kind of figure. Except he's more
That's
of
the
a-
prime example.
Exactly. That's the kind of the stereotypical Hollywood style gentleman. But then the kind of gentleman that I'm thinking about is gentleman in the term, if you kind of bring it apart, you're gentle and you're a man.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that he's a kind of feminine. Because gentle has nothing to do with femininity, right? Gentleman has to do with, like I said, how you carry yourself. And especially I think it has to do in the manner you treat women. Because, you know, gentlemen among men, you know, there's a lot of, you know, oh, you know, good sir, you know, blah, 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 blah. But then depending on how you treat women in various situations, I think that's very, very important.
That is very true.
So, you know...
Like you said, you know, having good manners, how you present yourself, not only like through fashion,
Exactly.
your body posture, the way you speak, the way you treat others. I think it's that the whole image of how you know, react to certain situations. That's when you can tell, wow, this guy's a really He's a true gentleman.
You know what I just realized? I feel like a gentleman is not fast paced because
Very calm.
exactly everything is
yeah,
thought out.
Exactly.
Especially when it comes
Always
to the
thinks
language.
before he speaks. Yes.
You know, for example, if I'm like right now, the way I do radio, I'm very straight with what I do. You know,
just
I
spit
like
it out.
hip hop. I'm very, you know, into street culture. So, you know, the way I talk, my language is very based. There's slang in it, lots of phrasing. You know, I'm always, whenever I have, you know, guy guests on the show, I'm like, you know, what up, bruh? You know, how was your day, bruh? Cuz, what's up, homie? You know, I always do this kind of stuff. But if I was going to do this in terms of a more gentlemanly, I feel like I think that's another thing about gentlemen. You take a step back from the situation. You're not very rushing into things. So if I was doing a gentlemanly kind of speech, then I'd say like, you know, Kihun,
You'll slow down a bit.
was your week pleasant? You know, it's not, yo, bro, how was your week? But did you have a pleasant week?
Yeah. You wouldn't be like, what's up? You'll be like, you know.
Did you consume any delicious food? Or did you endeavor to find new types of cuisine? You know, it's this kind of, I think, the kind of impression that I get of a gentleman is that he's always thinking.
Very sophisticated.
Boom.
Yeah,
Elegant.
I think that's
elegant.
Yeah, I think those two words really sum up the whole you know, meaning of gentleman.
Sophistication and elegance.
Yeah, I think we just summed it up in a
Two
pretty
words.
good way. Yeah,
Pretty good. Nice.
Nice.
High five. Word.
yeah.
All right, so out of 100, what score would you give yourself as a gentleman?
That's a tough question. 75.
Okay, why?
Why? Because
What qualities do you carry that makes you consider yourself a gentleman?
I'm very caring. Like, I'm very supportive, caring towards others. Not only to like girls in general, but to everyone.
Yeah,
I treat everyone equally.
for shizzle.
Yeah, I think that's a quality of being a gentleman.
Uh-huh.
Treating everyone equally and being nice to people who are weak and poor, and on the other side, like being strong towards those who are rich and big. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't, you know, act all, you know, humble, you know, and small in front of people who are bigger than me. You know, I act up to them.
So essentially,
I'm not a sly like being sly and cunning. I think, yeah, that's not being very gentleman. You know what I mean? Like,
so what are you lacking then?
what am I lacking?
You know, it's,
I'm still young. You know, I haven't experienced, you know, the whole life. You know, I haven't been married. I don't have kids. I'm not married yet. Maybe if I have more responsibilities in my life, maybe I'll, you know, gain more qualities of becoming a gentleman. Maybe, you know, having my own woman, if I had one, taking care of her, you know, being responsible. Because I'm single right now. I'm single.
it's what he wants to say, but deep down, who do you like? Don't you like Chun Yo-sung from Secret?
No,
Who do you like again?
I don't have a kind of like Isangyang, like my own.
What kind of
ideal
girls do
type.
you like though?
I like cute and sexy girls.
So how would you treat that girl if you found her? As a gentleman, in terms of on the terms of gentleman.
Just I'll do everything for her.
That's
Everything.
I think no, a passionate lover can also do the same though. What differentiates between a passionate lover and a gentleman? You know what what Haj wrote is he asked, how do I become a gentleman? I think if you ask that question yourself, you need to research that. It's not something someone can answer for you.
But is there like a definition on the word gentleman?
There is.
I reckon the wording itself, just being gentle.
I mean, we can
Come on,
look
what's the meaning of gentle? It means a lot of things.
what else does it mean?
Like we said before, like what we mentioned, like calm, collect, you know, a bit slow, thinking. I think that just sums it up, being gentle.
Well, the gentleman, the official definition of a gentleman.
What does it say?
So this is probably, I'm assuming, from like Old English or something. But the definition of gentleman online is a man of good family, breeding, or social position.
There you go, family.
Breeding or social position. So I think in the end, in olden days terms, it refers to a man of a higher standing. So let's say, you know, in the royal family, or like a count or duke, blah, 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 blah.
So like status sort
Exactly.
of included.
But how that term carries over into today's society, you know, now it's more in terms of carrying yourself in terms of as if you are of, you know, of good family, of good stature. And I don't think that has to do with good stature in terms of money, but that has to do very much with good stature in terms of how one really kind of defines himself in terms of his self-image.
Attitude. I
Attitude.
think your attitude towards
Exactly.
life, towards people, towards anything.
So I think, Haj, if you want to tell your friend, how do I become a gentleman, and he asks you again, just tell him it's
Act
about
like
how-
Ki-hoon and Benji.
He probably might. He doesn't know who that is. Probably. That's the sad thing. No, just go up and tell him. I think You know what you need to be a gentleman? You need to learn what a gentleman is.
The word itself.
The word itself. Tell him to look it up. Tell him to research if he wants to become one.
That's the true meaning.
I think that's it. I mean, to be a gentleman, someone can tell you, oh, it's this and this and this. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm a gentleman now. You have to know yourself. And then from then on, that's what it is. I'm a gentleman. Are you a gentleman?
I'm getting there.
You are getting there. You're working on it.
I think working towards being a gentleman is becoming a gentleman at the same time.
Exactly. It requires effort. And Gi-hoon, I believe one day you'll become a gentleman like me.
Hopefully.
It takes a little time, but I'm sure you can do it.
I'll work on it. Yeah, I'll work on it. Yeah.
All right. So before we move on, we're gonna listen to the song "Married to the Music" by
Shiny.
Yeah. We just heard "Married to the Music" by Shiny. And now, Ki-hoon, did you have fun talking during the song?
Yes, I did.
Jeez, Ki-hoon. Thought you said you're a gentleman. You may be a gentleman.
I'm working towards it.
You know what I think? You're a gentleman, but you are lacking as a professional. Oh.
Doesn't make sense.
That sort of doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're on Obladi Oblada. And Ki-hoon, our next message.
Yes, we have Hannah Peck from Korea. Oh, she lives in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a Kiwi. Hi, guys. Oh, we call people from New Zealand Kiwi.
That's an okay term to say, right?
It is.
Okay.
Absolutely. They know it.
Okay.
We all know it.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Like how you guys call us Aussies.
I don't call you an Aussie. I call you Ki-hoon.
Oh, most people do. Anyway, hi guys. Here's a funny story I want to tell you. It happened last year if I remember correctly. I was at home alone with my cat on a Sunday. I was having lunch.
The cat's name is Sunday.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. The cat's name's Sunday, sorry. I was at home alone with my cat Sunday.
There you go.
I was having lunch, samgyeopsal, which is pork belly, with rice. As you know, cats are crazy about meats. The moment she saw me putting a piece of samgyeopsal in my mouth, she came dashing to me and begged for some. Usually our family try not to feed her on lunchtime because she needs to go on a diet. But as I'm a soft-minded person, I ended up feeding her my meat. Now, this is a funny part I found funny. I held my hands low so Sunday could reach it and eat it. When I thought she caught it, I let go of my hand. Strangely, I couldn't hear her eating the meat. So I looked down the table and there she was blinking her eyes. I asked her, "What's wrong? Have you finished your meat?" Then I found the truth. The meat wasn't in her mouth nor in her body. It was on between her eyes. Between her eyes. She was blinking her eyes so she could drop the meat. Oh my god. From that day I learned my lesson. Never feed your pet while reading or doing something else. Face your pet and feed. Thank you for reading my short story, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Ki-hoon. You read something really funny in this. She said, "Now this is the part I found funny," and he read this as, "Now this is the funny part I found funny."
Yeah, sorry.
I was like,
I repeated myself. Nice.
Nice.
Thank you, Hannah, for such a interesting, funny story about your cat Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
So you're adding words to people's stories now? Hey guys, so I was having lunch with my cat on Sunday.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
With Sunday.
Oh yeah, with Sunday. Oh
yes.
yeah. Alright, so do you
like animals?
I do.
Honestly?
I do. I'm an animal person, but I've never really raised what you might call like a real pet. I had a fish.
From its pet. Oh, fish. Oh.
But I haven't had a furry pet. I like furry pets though.
Oh, you got Muji.
Muji's my son though.
Oh.
He's not my pet.
He's your son?
Yeah. Alright, so
anyway.
do you guys get greedy about food? Ki-hoon's gonna try to say something there, but he doesn't even know what he's trying to say.
No.
Alright, so have you ever fought with your friend or your pet because of food? Ki-hoon.
Me?
Have you ever raised a pet?
I tried.
Let me guess.
I tried.
Let me guess. You tried raising a dog, but stuff didn't work out.
It was a bulldog, British bulldog.
Oh.
Like a baby British bulldog. But I tried it with the roommate that I was living with. I tried raising it, but it was too hard. Honestly. Like, I really, envy people who, raise like so many dogs or cats. The amount of effort you have to put in and time.
Like, for example, like what did you have to
exhausting.
do?
Like, it basically
clean up after it.
Yeah, cleaning its poo, feeding it, taking care of it. If it's if you want to play, if the pet wants to play with you, if you got to play with it, he wouldn't sleep. It would just poo everywhere.
So it's like
and the smell as well. And the smell. It's got that unique smell. It's like me. It's like
you.
raising another me.
Floor.
It's like raising another me. So I was like, oh, this is too much for me.
See,
You know,
Ki-hoon,
I'm too much. It's too much.
do you understand how hard your mom had to work to raise you, Ki-hoon?
Yeah, that's why I always thank her.
I mean, you kind of look like a British bulldog a little bit.
Thank you.
I have no idea what they look like. Alright, so then, was there a time you got really angry or sad because of food?
Food?
You know, one
Is
thing
this got to do with food?
when I'm really hungry, I get really tired and cranky easily. That's my thing.
Like girls in general.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's a girl thing?
Yeah.
Really?
Because when they get hungry, they become really sensitive.
That's actually me though.
Is it?
When I get hungry, I
So
get
you're
really
the girl
sensitive.
type.
I guess my stomach's kind of girly.
A very girly. Inside.
Inside.
Inside you're girly.
So
Outside you're manly.
oh yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, Giho, what about you? When you get hungry, do you have any habits or anything?
Oh, these days I'm trying to enjoy that feeling of, you know,
Hunger?
hunger.
Why?
Because first I need to go on a diet. So I'm trying to, you know, enjoy that feeling. I mean, it's impossible to enjoy hunger, but
It is.
those cravings, you know, I try to overcome it by, you know, just thinking about other things, drinking water. I go, no, if I eat this, you know, I know the taste already, so I try to, you know, I don't know.
Is it possible to enjoy that feeling though?
It's not.
But you're working hard at it.
I'm working towards it, and it works. Because you don't need to eat every day or the whole.
You don't need to eat every day.
You don't need to.
Guys, get 3 square meals a day. Ki-hoon's doing this because it's the very, you know, the model diet. But, you know, still.
But please eat 3 meals a day.
And don't forget, if you can't eat 3 meals a day, at least get the vitamins and minerals in.
Yes. And
Nutrients.
veggies.
You get, you know, vitamins and minerals. Though,
Of course
right?
I do.
Obviously, you know,
Yeah.
you take those supplements.
Yeah.
So even if you can't get every meal a day, you can still, you know.
I got my fruit and veggies.
Oh, you're eating fruits and vegetables though. Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so it is actually time for us to wrap up our show.
Already?
It's fast. So now, are you gonna get something to eat now? I'm super hungry now.
Should I?
We've been talking about food this whole corner and being a gentleman. I'm really hungry.
You can have your, you know.
No.
snacks.
I need something meaty. I'm gonna get
Meaty?
some samgyeopsal.
Yeah?
After Hannah mentioned it, I'm gonna get some meat.
Pork belly.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
your belly. Alright, so sending you now, we're gonna listen to the song All Hands on Deck, the Giraffe remix by Tinashe, followed by Pay No Mind by Median featuring Passion Pit, and I will see you next week, Ki-hoon. Bye-bye!
Bye, Benji!
We just heard All Hands on Deck, the Giraffe remix by Tinashe, followed by Pay No Mind by Median featuring Passion Pit. And it's time to reveal the answer for Double A Music Quiz from the first hour. And what is the answer? The answer is ending. That's right, ending. Did y'all get it? Alright, thank you everyone for participating in another amazing Double A Music Quiz. I'll be waiting tomorrow with another special Benji hint, so look forward to it. And now let's check out 2 great songs requested by our listeners. Now, Mika of Japan requested Tacho Hurt Locker by Nine Muses. And Kirine of Thailand requested Nassun Chanjang by Kebomju featuring Moon of Pechigi. Pcha! And it's time to say goodbye. Our last song for today is one of my favorites, Groovin' by Jeff Burnett. This was Benji of B.I.G. And as always, I'll be back.